Hi guys, Rob Bluck here, Golf Academy Director down at the Three Hammers Golf Complex. Today I'm joined with my colleague Kyle.
Hey guys.
Kyle Cooper, Academy Instructor here at the Three Hammers. Welcome to Tips Tuesday. So in today's session we're going to be looking at the actual the cut spin, the draw spin, the shot direction of those tee shots in particular. The last couple of weeks, thanks so much for some great feedback. We've been talking lots based around contact, around height of shots. Last week, Kyle and Ian did a great job with the fat plate and the wedges. So that was super. We've had some really good feedback there from certainly some of my viewers and clients recently about how that's really sharpened up their contact. So excellent work there. So yeah, today, as I said, Kyle is possibly one of the straightest hitters I've ever had the pleasure to try and corrupt. So we're going to see today, we're going to look at some common faults that we see when players are hitting the slice to begin with. It's a real common one, wouldn't you say, Kyle?
Absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. And the majority of my guys, my clients I teach here at the Three Hammers, if they're ever struggling with driver, I would probably say 9 times out of 10 for the right-handed guy, that big slice. And we see that big left to right ball fly quite a lot. Occasionally we see the hook, but definitely more so the slice, I would say, Rob. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so typically what we find, the guys, the bombers, the low handicap golfers, they tend to work it the other way, a little bit right to left for that right-handed golfer. But let's start with the old faithful, the slice, the one which is viciously moving off to the right. So yesterday, thankfully, we survived the hurricane. So good luck to everyone at the west coast. Yeah, horrible scenes, but the wind is still up. So yeah, wind is still up. So hopefully that's gonna move this ball flight a little bit. So Kyle, if you can just get a couple of looseners to begin with.
You go for that slice, Rob, yeah?
Yeah, just hit it. Let's see how straight you really are to begin with, shall we? Just get a couple of straight tee shots going. Shot. Now, super bright today, guys, so we're going to try and showcase some of the tech. We're actually find ourselves in the fitting bay here at the Three Hammers Golf Complex, so thanks to American Golf for giving us exclusive use of their facility. Right then, Kyle, super shot. So this is going to be tough to corrupt. This is going to be tough to corrupt. So what we're going to look at now, we've got a couple of alignment pointers down. So I'm going to ask our cameraman now if we can just move inside to look out down the range. Okay, so Kyle, so our target there is the yellow flag we can see in the distance. Now, these alignment pointers are all running completely parallel to target, so alignment is absolutely key. So if you could show us, Carl, what you tend to see with some of your golfers when they're struggling with the cut.
Absolutely, yeah. Okay, so that slice, or that cut as it's commonly referred to as well, in terms of the alignment, as Rob said, the poles on the floor now, what we like to call a bit of a kind of neutral alignment there. The big thing actually I see guys that hit the slice and they don't realise is that there's actually a big kind of closed setup with the lower body. Okay, so feet line you can see there, my alignment will be down way to the right hand side, which guys commonly don't really think about. They're set up very, very close. Now to compensate that, to try and pull the club back onto target, we then tend to see a bit of an open shoulder path. So when they're looking at the target down the fairway, they keep their shoulders open, and so they get a bit of inconsistency here.
So we can see where the toe line is pointing well to the right here, and shoulders, yeah, very much left of target. Shall we give one a go, Carl, and see how we go? Oh, dead straight. Dead straight. Too good.
Another go at that one. So let's go with the slice. So closed feet line, really open shoulder line. Okay, and let's see if we can get this one going the other way. There we go.
Whoa.
And there's the slice.
Big slice going there, big slice going there. I'm just going to see actually, Carl, if we can get an idea of what's really caused that. So, oh, there we go, excellent, excellent. So I don't know if our cameraman can just come in closely here just to have a look at the screen right there, but difficult to see, I know, with the light. If you take your setup position there,
Absolutely.
Kyle, I'll show you viewers at home. What we will do, we'll post some of these screenshots onto Facebook after this session, so we can really get some good feedback here. So what Trackman's told us there, it's told us that through the hitting area, Kyle's driver club head there was travelling excessively to the left, kind of almost towards the academy sign right here. Now, when Kyle's actually made contact with the golf ball, if you can take grip and set up again, so when Kyle's made contact with the golf ball, the club face is looking to the flag. The golf club itself has gone excessively left. There's that real excessive cut spin. Golf ball's literally gone 100 yards right of target. So first thing we're going to do with Kyle now is square him up.
Okay.
I think the number one thing which I see with driver problems with the faders or the slicers is when the shoulders are going left. So
yeah,
we're going to get
absolutely.
not so much lower body, you know, Tiger Woods, the great Tiger, has looked like he's making a comeback. He's always been a little bit to the right with his toe line, but the big key here, let's get those shoulders nice and square there. So your shoulders there, I'm guessing just because you've made like half dozen swings there, Kyle, your shoulders now probably feel like they're a little bit closed.
They do indeed, yeah.
Closed mean aiming right.
Yeah, and that's going to be a big factor for guys that have sliced the ball for a long time to get that shoulder line to where it will be neutral, normal. It's going to feel like the guys are aiming way out to the right there.
Yeah, good. Just take setup. You touched on this a moment ago. Just take a look to the target. Have a good look at the target. Again, this is so common. Players look to the target, their shoulders follow, their head comes back. Look at the ball, there we go, but the shoulders have stayed. So what we're going to really feel now, Kyle's going to take a look to the target, but he's going to really get the sensation that his shoulders are not moving. The shoulders are actually pointing to the right side of that fairway. Yeah, should we give that a go, Kyle?
Have a little go then.
Well, he's reversed it straight away. Look at that, top shot. So that one is actually gone a little bit of draw spin.
Yeah,
so that would be great to say. We'll screenshot that one afterwards. That was brilliant. Okay, now so yes, setup position. Quite often we see a lot of golfers. They'll be reading magazine articles. They'll be looking at YouTube videos. They're changing golf swings, but a lot of it is to do with setup.
Absolutely.
Another one which is real common that we see with the slicers is a hold issue. It's a grip issue, isn't it?
Absolutely,
so we see it's the term weak grip, the comfortable grip.
Often misunderstood as well, the weak grip.
Yeah. Do you want to just elaborate a little bit more on that?
Absolutely, yeah. So as I've just alluded to there, we quite often see a weak hold in guys that slice it. Okay. And when we come to hold the golf club, we tend to get guys that thumb right on top of the shaft. And you can see the logo of my glove now is pointing towards the target, okay? And without moving my head, I can see only my first knuckle here, okay? Only my first knuckle. Now, quite often, with that left hand being so far over the grip, as the right hand comes on, that will get quite on top as well, okay? So it'll get right on top, and you can see I can now see a lot of the back of my hand there, okay? So, that is what we classically refer to as a weak hold. It means that golf club is going to come in an open fashion into the golf ball, open club face. Again, as Rob alluded to earlier on.
If you could just put those hands on again there, just in that weak position. So again, now as Kyle then starts the journey of his golf swing, his hands don't work too well here. So what he's got to do, because of the weak hold, he's got to over-rotate in order to get those wrists working. We find this ourselves on the golf course with players. But I look at that club face way to the right. Yeah,
absolutely. And that's all courtesy of that weak hold that we had on there. Okay.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do to try and reverse this sort of weak hold and get it back towards what we call neutral is going to give you a couple of tips on how to grip this golf club. Okay. So for the right-handed guys out there, obviously left-handers just going to reverse this whole situation. Okay. So the right-handed guys are going to grip it in the fingers of the left hand. Okay, they're going to wrap the fingers around, and I'm looking to see without moving my head, and this is the key thing, I see so many guys trying to move their head to see these knuckles. Without moving the head, I want to be able to see the first and second knuckle of my left hand. And what you can see is it's just moved the logo of my glove over a little bit, so it kind of, the back of my hand is on top a little bit more, okay?
Kyle, sorry buddy, I'm just going to stop you there. It's such a beautiful day. We're going to flip around here. So the cameraman's going to move outside. So you can demonstrate this. It's really important we get this in the shot.
Okay. Cameraman happy?
Sure is.
Okay, cool. So as I then go to grip that, so we'll go through it again. So in the fingers of the left hand there, I'm going to wrap the hand around. Now, as Rob alluded to earlier on, we can only really see this first knuckle, okay? So I want to see the first knuckle and the second knuckle. And like I said, the back of that hand is a little bit more on top of the golf club now, not facing towards the target, okay? Then as I introduce my right hand, what you're now going to see is that I'm not so far over the top of the golf club with the right hand, okay? The little lifeline between my thumb and my forefinger there will point hopefully up my right arm now.
So if you take that hold there, I'm just going to just demonstrate there with the alignment aid here. We can see the actual lifelines there, which Kyle was talking about there, and the in between the thumb and forefinger, this crease, this V shape here, right out to that shoulder. Great. Okay. Yeah, excellent. Should we give that a go with a good hold?
Let's have a little go with a good grip. Hopefully that can stop the slice. Careful.
Oops, nervous.
Okay, so let's go through that again then, through the fingers, over a little bit more. The V's right.
Shoulder check, have a look to the target, but keeping the shoulders there, yeah?
Yeah.
Excellent. Good, okay, so I guess we didn't pick that one up, but what we've actually seen with the golf ball there, we've gone with maybe about 10 or 15 yards of draw ball the other way.
Absolutely.
So, great little, fundamental changes there, Kyle, and we stopped the slice straight away.
Absolutely.
So rather than thinking swing change, we stopped the slice. Now, how about then, let's say for example, which you see a lot, we make those setup changes, but we're still cutting. In actual fact, because the shoulders are now improved, the golf ball, ideally we want it to start down the target line. Now it's doing that, but it's going even further right.
Okay, right.
Okay, so players are thinking, Kyle, this is brilliant, you've really helped my setup, I look better, but you've made me worse. Okay, so what we're going to look at now, we're going to start thinking about how we can change the golf swing subtly here to try and improve this ball flight.
Out of that path that we've had before, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah.
So let's just go with that path that we've had before, so that over the top first, okay?
Whoa, big right.
Yeah, so now it looks good, but fundamentally we're still in the same place, aren't we there?
And we've broken the tee peg as well.
And we've broken the tee peg.
Okay, so what we're going to look at, now for the slices, we're going to look at the importance here of getting the golf club releasing. So 2 factors here: improved club paths. So if you can just make a couple of practice swings here, Kyle. And what I want you to feel when making these practice swings, when we're moving you through the hitting area, I want you to feel this golf club now going the opposite way. You're going to feel that golf club just moving out to the right of the actual target, down the right-hand side of the fairway. Now what we're going to do, Kyle now with an improved setup is going to feel this golf club traveling out to the right, and hopefully what we're going to see here is a few pushes. Okay, so pushes progress at the moment. Yeah, that's it. There we go. So you've really, he's made the change there with setup. Sorry, with the rehearsal swing. Great tee shot. Too good, too straight. So Kyle there is really important there. What I feel Kyle was doing, he's actually making the actual swing changes here from rehearsals. I don't want him over the golf ball. I'm sure Kyle himself doesn't want to be over the golf ball now with lots and lots of swing thoughts.
Absolutely not, no.
So you're feeling it. Yeah. We're going to trust it on the golf ball. So again, we're going to feel that golf ball starting now more to the right side of the fairway. Okay, super shot there. That one's just stayed out right a little bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
So now we're kind of moving on to the actual draw ball, if you like, the ultimate fix.
Yeah.
Because yes, we've improved the setup, looks good. The swing direction here has massively improved, but we're leaking them out to the right.
Yeah.
Now, one of our fellow coaches, John Cheeson, this is one of his favourites, grip pressure.
Yeah, he likes this one.
Okay, he loves this with grip pressure, because what we're looking at now from Kyle to do, we need to make sure that the hands are doing what they should be doing. Yeah? Because you've made a great swing change here with the direction, but if that club face is still open, it's going to go even further right, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. You can't go anywhere else. That kind of Rob.
The tighter we grip it, the less chance we've got of actually saving it, releasing the golf club, closing that golf club through the hitting area. So grip pressure nice and light. A couple of rehearsals here for me, please, Kyle.
Is there anything you can tell the guys, Rob, in terms of grip pressure? I mean, it's okay for me to feel it. How can the guys, is there anything the guys can use, any analogy for that sort of thing?
There's many analogies there about grip pressure, like gripping the tube of toothpaste without squeeze. I tend to just go on a bit of a scoring, so 1 for letting go, 5 for crushing it. We're looking around about 2.5, 3.
Okay.
So if you was to, if you just raise the hands there, if I just give that a little bit of a pull there, we'd probably, I can pretty much pull that out of your hand. We don't want that to happen, obviously, because that grip pressure is going to tighten when we're actually striking the golf ball anyway, isn't it? So if you can show me around about a 2.5 or a 3 out of 5 for the grip pressure, yeah, and we're going to see if we can get that golf club releasing. Closing, that means, yeah? Super sharp. A little bit of a draw ball. A little bit of a draw ball. Okay, excellent. Now, the opposite end of the scale.
Okay.
Yeah, so now if we suspend it longer here with Kyle, all of a sudden he's gone from this big slicer to he's going to be heading out to the right side of the range in a super hook ball here. Big right to left for the right-handed golfer. So generally what we find, Kyle, when we're coaching, I'm sure you'll agree with this, is golf is a game of opposites. So
absolutely,
if a player is hitting that slice, to get them straighter, we've got to try and feel them hitting that draw ball. Yeah?
Absolutely, yeah.
If players are hitting it the opposite direction, out the overhook ball, to get them to neutral, we've got to feel like they're playing that more of a fade.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think a lot of good is actually coming now. We're approaching winter time as well. Practicing with alignment aids, because we see a lot of players here at the Three Hammers practicing. They're hitting a large basket of golf balls to any of the targets, which is great to actually aim a specific target, but they're actually misaligning themselves. So they're getting themselves in some real poor habits there, aren't they? So we cannot stress the importance of, whenever we are practicing, practice with alignment aids. And
absolutely, yeah.
We've actually, I know it's not the done thing at many ranges to run out and put a pointer down, but certainly in the teaching area here, we always put a pointer down to actually give our students an understanding of that target line.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because when players have got that 3-foot putt, they're going to try as hard as they can to start it down that target line. They're going to try as hard as they can to align the putter face. We don't see that as often as we should.
Absolutely
with
not.
the actual long game.
Absolutely. So with this hook ball then, Rob, just to kind of reiterate, so we started with that cut ball that started left of that alignment marker and finished a long way right of it. That's typically what we see from that slice, starting down the left and flying out to the right. The hook ball is completely the opposite, isn't it, Rob? So it kind of starts out to the right-hand side of that alignment marker, and chances are it's going to finish up a long way left of it as well. Equally as destructive, really. I mean, a lot of people struggle with the slice, but those guys that struggle with the hook will tell us that it's a very demoralising shot, very destructive.
Players who often struggle with distance, or shall I say fascinated by distance, the slice tends to go shorter.
It does.
These are common questions we get from our clients. Why does the slice go shorter? Well, I think we touched on it a bit already today. The club face is open.
Yeah, it's very weak, isn't it?
So the club face, whereas a hook or a draw would have a tendency of going a little bit further, a little bit longer. So it's that stronger ball flight.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hopefully getting a few more yards out of this ball as well.
Yeah. So I think what we can do, you've done a great job there on the slice ball. Have we got any questions there, guys, from the viewers?
Yeah, one question is, what tee height should they be using with the driver?
Good question. Very good question.
Great question. Yeah, first and foremost, it depends on what ball flight they're experiencing.
Absolutely.
You go for that one, Carl.
Okay, so a very, very common thing here, guys, and what I'll do, I'll actually show you by kind of answer this question by showing you what we're looking for. Now, quite often these days, the drivers are very, very deep-faced, okay? So we're seeing more and more drivers these days off the production line with large, deep faces from the bottom to the crown there, okay? Probably the biggest criticism I have of my guys is they tee it up too low, okay? The majority of them. Now, the drivers these days are designed for a nice high tee peg, and a nice little reference we like to use is if that golf ball sits around about halfway to 3/4 above the crown of that driver there.
So you're kind of looking around about here, yeah?
Yeah. So if you can see about half that golf ball over the top of the crown of that driver, you're in the right sort of ballpark. Now, the reason I said the guys, the criticism I have of the guys teeing it too low is very much as we talked about earlier on, Rob, with that kind of slice ball. Now, quite often when the ball's teed down too low, the guys are going to try and get over the top of it and really hit down on it, which is only ever going to increase their cut spin and hit that slice even that little bit further.
Sure. Again, obviously with the driver teed half on, half off, ideally we want this driver travelling on a slight ascending path through the through strike.
Absolutely.
So yeah, the better player generally will hit up on it with the driver, whereas the players who struggle, as you say, strike down. So half on, half off, that would be great. However, if you're fearful of hitting that hook ball and all the trouble is down the left, push it down a little bit, lean on that tee peg a little bit more, top tip that. You'll certainly create a little bit more spin, and you'll probably like to see that little fade. So again, don't. I mean, the graduated tee pegs are great to give you. Certainly, a lot of our players, if we give them that set reference points, that's brilliant. However, have a bit of fun with it.
Absolutely, play around.
Have a bit of fun. Push it down, hit it high, see what works for you. Right, is your driver.
Thank you.
Any more questions then?
The other one would be, you said the tour professionals playing a little draw. How could the viewers at home play a little draw as well?
Okay, question?
That's
a little draw.
A little draw. Okay, so we say not a hook and not a big draw. Okay, so the little draw, the tour pros certainly of the modern day and age, they have really got the advantage of using technology such as TrackMan, FlightScope, or other monitors, which pretty much tells them exactly to the 8th degree of where the golf club travels through the hitting area and where their club face is. So their little draw, we can pretty much guarantee, started off as either a big push or an overhook. Right to left. But these guys, when they spend all of their lives hitting golf balls and doing great work with their coaches and accompanied by technology, they can really refine it there to play that little draw. What we find with the modern day player, they shot shape so well. They'll tend to hit the longest clubs will be going with that little draw, as you put it, and with the shorter clubs there with more of a fade, keeping that club face at target a little bit longer. Swing a little bit to the left. So
absolutely, and again that little draw in terms of what Rob was talking about earlier on with the hook is very, very similar characteristics, as you said, isn't it? It's that slight inside path. So the guys at home have probably heard of this as a bit of an into-out path.
Into-out path.
Ever so slight into-out path, and then they've just got such good control over the club face, haven't they? Which allows them to just turn it back over that fraction. So the little draw, difficult one to hit, but once it's in the bag, it's a great shot.
It's interesting, yeah. Most of you players now would prefer to either play that slight into-out or out-to-in. I know that actual data and research confirms that perfect is very difficult. So if that club face is absolutely perfect, or that club path is absolutely perfectly neutral for the hitting area, that club face has got to follow suit. So it's generally, if it's a tad open, there's your push cut. If it's a tad closed, there's your slightly bigger draw. So
absolutely.
I know the modern day players, they do like to kind of work the golf ball. They find that stands up slightly better under pressure.
Absolutely, yeah, I'd agree with that. Any more questions at all? No, I don't think we've got any more from our viewers.
Brilliant. Well, I hope you've enjoyed our tips on Tuesday today. Kyle, you've been awesome.
Thank you very much.
Very, very straight. Guys, please feel free to drop us a comment and to see how you feel this is going, or give us some content. We're really relying on your feedback. We had some decent feedback which allowed us to do this today.
Absolutely,
focus on the actual cut spin and draw spin. So, but please let us know what you want. We're here to help. So next Tuesday, 12 o'clock, we're going to be back again. So
we will be,
guest appearance, maybe from some of the other coaches as well. So comment below. Give us a like.
Brilliant.
And above all, enjoy your golf.